Hey guys, welcome to game 2 of the Euro 2028 mini-series here, and it's time to face the Scots. This one should be very interesting because Scotland are, in fact, pretty decent. The 14th in the world, not incredible, but you know what? Not bad at all. Their team is like totally different to like everything now. I don't even know if any players are even playing right now. I don't know if it's full of regens. Here's this lad, for example. I mean, look, this guy's worth £10 million. He plays for Celtic, but he's not great, is he? Let's be honest here. I don't know how he's worth 10 million. I can only assume his record must be ridiculous, yeah. I mean, if you look at 114 goals in 249 games, isn't actually bad, but really, he's not great, is he? Again, look, I mean, look, if I was at Derby and I was looking at these players, I'd go, shit. You know, actually, no, that guy's good. But you get my point. Yeah, I think McAllister is the one to look out for here. In fact, he's not even playing. The only one, really, you'll know Kevin McKenzie, of course, my centre-back at Derby. He's a good player. We've also got Brad Sweeney. Real player, plays for Crystal Palace, apparently. In real life, he is at West Brom, I guess. No, that is not David Weir at the age of 55 or whatever it is he is now. It's in fact Darren Weir. A regen, plays for Kilmarnock. Again, you're looking at this type of level, but somehow Scotland are 14th in the world. But then again, if we go on the last game, we know that world rankings don't necessarily mean anything, as of course we trounced the Dutch 4-2. So, who am I playing this time then? So, Fiorello keeps his place, Roshi's still in, Sal's in. Again, but bear in mind, you've got to rotate your team. I just want to point out, this is not necessarily my best team or anything like that. It's just the fact that I am rotating the team. I've got to, because the conditions go bad and it'll weaken, I guess. So I'm going to play Pietro Bartoli here. More than enough, more than adequate enough, I think, to beat them. Andriani continues to play. Scufford's in goal. Sal plays. Guglielmi plays. But these obviously have much better natural fitness than perhaps some of the others have dropped. So, win here, we're definitely... Hell, even if we... I was going to say, actually, no, it won't be. Even if we draw, we're virtually through, but I think, really, we should be beating Scotland. If we can beat Holland, we should have no problem with Scotland. Right, here we go. Just want to say for the record that I actually have pretty much, over the last few years, rooted for Scotland to qualify. You know, I don't particularly... I've already mentioned this 1,000 times doing international tournaments, but I'm not... Oh, good double save from Scufford. That was a fantastic save. Big moment. You know, I couldn't really give or take England, if I'm honest with you. Oh, and we should have scored there. You know, in real life, I know England are absolute letdowns and failures, and quite frankly, the team now is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. But I root pretty much for the other ones, like Wales, like Scotland, like Northern Ireland, like even the Republic of Ireland. And, you know, I know England they're just useless as far as I can see now, and I have no desire to put myself in a position where I can relate to, you know, England fans, because I find England fans to be very much, or England's fan base to be very much southern driven, if you know what I mean, very London centric, and there's no real connection to it. I don't find a particular connection to it. Yes, there's a few players, you know, that play for Liverpool, for example, that play for England, but then again, you could say about any country. So I have no real connection to England. I've already said, you know, okay, they played at Anfield once. Is that it? You know, and I'm sure people will say it's your country, you should support your country. Where's that? Where's the rule of that? There is no rule that you should support your country. I'm not saying I support any other country. I don't particularly have a preference for international. I'm sure if England did well, I'd be happy. But quite honestly, I'm very relaxed about my supporting of England. I don't really do it, if I'm honest with you. In fact, it's when England get knocked out, it's actually hilarious. I actually look forward to the paper headlines the next day, slagging everyone off, because it's a lot, let's be honest here, and this is why I do it, it's a lot more fun to slag a team off and slag players off, because it makes you feel better. And also, they're on a freaking $100,000 a week. They should not be immune to it. Anyway, there we go, back into this game. So we had the goal ruled out for offside, and Bartoli, well, how he's not scored today, I don't know. Well, he has technically, but of course it was offside. Scotland is still in this. This is what I feared had happened. We'd have a boring game and the mini-series would look bad, but thankfully the Dutch game has helped that, and that really should have been buried. Why he chose to head that, I have no idea. You can tell from the little Dutch, you can tell from the pace of the ball, it's not difficult, if you're wondering how I knew he headed that. Right, Davidson commits a free kick. We got a couple of minutes, still half time, didn't even know. Yeah, I knew he'd try and chip that. Here's Andriani. Over again. Right, half time. Oh no, one final chance here maybe. Umar. Oh! What did he do there? Thought there's no way. Look at the angle he's at. There's no way he can do something there. So the Dutch are absolutely thrashing the Poles. No surprise. Let's lower the tempo, push higher up. And yeah, let's do that. And let's take a run at the fence off. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out. It makes sense if you go from last time to put counter on, but that is in wholly negative. You know, it's no good. It's like, why would I be on counter against Scotland? You know? So, I want a big control. Let's keep it fluid. I'm actually playing... Roshi's fine. Anani should be an attacking midfield. That's it. Then we'll change him to an EPS. Got two advanced playmakers then. Two inside forwards and Bartoli. I think, again, he should also be a poacher. Yeah, he is a poacher. Okay. Bear in mind we've got Antonio and Gallo to come off the bench if Blandino is, I guess, as well. If he can't find the net. I might get... You know what? I might take Fiorello off. He's not having a good game. Also, it can't hurt to rest him. Yeah, I'll bring Blandino on. Let's see if he can make the difference. Excuse me. So I've been doing a lot of commentary today. My voice is starting to go, I think. Right, Anani with a free kick. That's an appalling free kick. Andriani with a poor free kick. Can you see my point I've been making about free kicks? They're immensely frustrating. And here's Holt. Oh my god. So actually, in case you didn't know, we actually played Scotland in the qualifying round. You may have seen in the previous videos. I can't remember if I went over them or not. But are they really wasting time already? What's going on? So I'm just making sure it hasn't crashed or something. No, I don't know what's going on there. They're making a sub. They're not wasting time, surely. Oh, Scuffeth. Just about get to that. Right, okay, well... doesn't seem to be working at the minute. It's not exactly productive, this, is it? Okay, we're going to change now in a moment to see this attack. Blandino, he's going to have to play someone in because he can't. There we go, Andriani. Okay, very well. Bartoli off. Rocco Gallo. Oh no, we'll put Carlos Antonio on. We'll leave him as poacher. I think he should be a poacher. Oh, he's a shadow poacher then. Leave that. Scotland are actually having a lot more possession if you look at the bar there, where the colours are. But I think we are making the better chances. Here's a chance for Anani. And that was going well wide. I think someone just spared him the embarrassment. Oh, McAllister! Jesus Christ, that was sneaking in. Okay, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to counter. Take that off. And try that. Let's just see what happens if we play better. Apparently so we are. Hang on. Alright, this is not working at all. But use support. Take him off for Rocco Gallo, and then we'll try this. Hold on. I go to the tactics here. This is really bloody attacking. Let's arrange that properly. It should be an advance forward. There we go. Why is Carlos Antonio a complete forward? He was set as a poacher a minute ago. Why has that changed? It makes no sense to be counter. I'm sorry. It just doesn't at all. Let's just turn the tempo off. Let's just not have any. Antonio, no, that's no good. Right, okay. I'm going to have a think here how we're doing this. Because, let me go back to the tactics here, hang on. This is really confusing because how can we put 4 past the Dutch? I don't want to go too bad because, yeah, a draw still at the end of the day isn't too bad. Much higher tempo, fuck it. We're going to have to. Run at defence. He'll be attack. That's now kind of suicidal, to be honest with you. But we need, I'd like the 3 points. And he's given a penalty. Because Michael Umar really? Let me see this piece of commentary again. He looked over, goes in with his foot high. A high foot, and he gives a penalty in the European Championships in the 89th minute. Are you fucking serious? I don't believe that. No. No. Ref, you've dropped a bit of a clanger. Right, halt. I swear to fucking God. He's missed! Woo! Woo! Sorry, I needed to pause it there, my God. Heart racing. Well, do we go... okay, we're going to take it back to standard. Push higher up. Take the tempo off. Okay. Usually I always say, if you can't decide what to have, just don't switch anything on at all. Right. And that sounds a bit counterproductive, but... Again, but... you know, if you can't make your mind up, you're not going to be satisfied either way. Right, last chance. Anani, fucking hell. Free kicks, man. They're so frustrating. Like, they never score. Like, no one ever scores a bloody free kick anymore on this, as far as I'm concerned. The hell that was about. Formation, everyone just seemed to move then. All at once, like some sort of army regiment. Right, last chance for Scotland. It's going to fall to Scotland. Good tackle by Nani. He then just doesn't follow up and decides to walk away. There we go, 0-0. We still can't beat Scotland. Well, we're still top of the group. That's really frustrating. Really frustrating. Don't believe that. Disappoints fans. Whatever. Oh, piss off, no one cares. Right, okay, so 1 win, 1 draw. If we beat Poland, we're through. Simple as that. I can't see Scotland beating Holland. So I think a point should be enough, but really we should be beating Poland. Let's see, I think, yeah, Holland, what was that win? 5-0 against Poland, so that really shows you where we should be. So please do join me for that game. Sorry this wasn't a particularly great game, a 0-0, I can't help that. But because this is Football Manager and because we just had a fantastic game before against Holland, this was always going to happen because that's how Football Manager works. So we're going up against Lucas Fabianski's Poland in the next game. Thank you for watching and I will see you next time.